Shall I come sit with me? Come on. Come on. On it. Come on. That's a good lad. Here he is. The big man's here. So, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So, I did actually plan to come back last week. I was going to film a training session. But, as you can probably still hear, I do actually have some sort of viral infection or something on my chest still that is definitely not going away. So in a bit of a struggle at the moment with that. I haven't trained since last Wednesday now. I don't think. I did try and train at the weekend, but the day after it broke me off and I only trained arms and core. So yeah, thought it would be a nice idea to do a bit of a Q&A. Bruce is here as well. On you, mate. Can I say hello? That's him saying hello. And just run through some questions that you guys have got for me. So yeah, we'll go from there, eh? So, first question on the agenda. Would you stick to classic or move to open? Now, I think this is one that I don't think I'll know until I just keep on building on my physique. Now, obviously, if my physique takes me in that direction, then I feel like I just naturally go for it. Like I do love classic, I do love the posing, I do love everything around it. But at the same time, if my physique wants to grow in that direction, then I'll happily just take it there. You know, I don't think I'd have to push hard potentially to get to that point after where I'm sitting at after this prep. You know, so just have to see how it goes. Just play it by kind of the body. Another question, post-prep learning curves. I'd say this one itself, there wasn't too many. Yes. I think one of the biggest ones for me is just kind of not overthinking the process, just letting my body do its thing, and just chilling out with the whole process. Like that whole peak week, I was relaxed, I was chilled. I tried not to put any stress on my body. And I think that's what made the peak week so easy. And then after the show and on the day, I wasn't stressed, I wasn't nervous. I just felt like I was just coming and doing my thing. Like I felt like a normal day, to be honest. And that's probably why I stepped off the stage and, you know, didn't feel like I competed. Didn't feel like I just posed in front of everyone and just my trunks. It just felt quite natural to me. So, yeah, it was definitely a good experience. Any more learning curves, would I say? No, I'd say I was pretty content with that one. And just knowing as well that it takes time with preps and bodybuilding. Like every single year will become better. Every single year I'll understand my body more and I won't have to put myself under so much more stress with my body as well. So it's just that constant kind of going on process of prepping. My body recognises it and just keep on going through that loop really. Next one piece of advice to any first timer on show day. I'd say enjoy it. Make sure you're taking in every single moment of it. Speak to people around you, you know, and just really don't focus on if you win, lose, anything like that. Just focus on the fact that you love training, you love bodybuilding, you love everything around it, and that's why you're stepping on that stage. You know, it's not about all the time walking away with a trophy. I think it's more about accomplishing something big in your life, and it teaches you so much about it. So make sure you do take that away from that show day and everything going forward. What does your typical day in the life look like? So my typical day at the moment, I get up anywhere from like 4:30 to 5:30. I do my steps, I do my cardio. Then I'll have my breakfast. Then I'll do a work block, depending on what I've got on that day. And then I will go train potentially, or if it's a rest day, I'll just continue doing work. And then obviously once I come back home, another work block, and then that work block will probably send me into the evening, and then I'm potentially going on another walk again, potentially more cardio again, depending on the day. I don't mind actually splitting my cardio up. I quite like doing that. But that's a general typical day. Like, it's not really too over the top. It's very simple, very kind of beige, but routine works. Consistency drives everything. So, yeah, happy with that. What breed is Bruce? Do you know how to answer this one? So Bruce is actually a German Shepherd crossed with a Husky. That's probably why in his face you can probably see more German Shepherd, and then obviously all his markings, everything is more Husky. He's definitely got the attitude of both. Like, one moment he's absolutely chilled out, and will literally just relax all day. Other days he will literally be like, yeah, all over the place, running around, chasing after flies. That's his favourite thing at the moment. Is he loves chasing flies, don't you, mate? Hey, hey. Okay, come on, sit back up. Sit back up. Come on, come on, sit back up. Right, come on. I'm gonna need to do these questions. Next question. Le- Come on. Your opinion on Bruce? Out of the way. Come on, out of the way. My opinion on a bro split. Now, my opinion on a bro split. If it works for you, stick with it. If you've seen significant kind of growth, progression in your physique, then clearly your body's responding well to that. So keep on running it. Now, I don't think personally, there's going to be a Pacific split out there for every single person. I've built some weird splits, especially recently with clients that are bodybuilders. But that's because we are really honing in on the weaker body parts. And to do so, you're going to have to do things that's unorthodox. You're going to have to put things in the plan that seem a bit strange than normal. But to grow that muscle, you need to be hitting it more. You need to be attacking it kind of in certain days to really get the most out of it. So my general opinion on bro split, if it works for your progression, keep on running it. Your next group photo shoot. So I have actually had a few more questions about this recently. I will be running another group photo shoot next year. This will be taking place similar sort of time. I think it was a good time for everyone, especially for people going away, especially for people like leaning up to kind of summer as well. So it will be on next year, 100%. Obviously, if you are interested in doing that kind of photo shoot, drop me a message early so we can kind of start talking about it. I can start finding ideas from yourself and, on what you want out of it as well. Yes, okay, we are going to build a physique greater than ever for yourself, but what's the deeper reason behind it? There is always going to be one. So yeah, there is definitely going to be a group photo shoot and potentially two. But I'll keep everyone in the loop on that one because that is something in the works as well. So any plans for travel this year? Now, we do actually go away next week to LA, which is quite exciting. We haven't been away all year. Obviously, I've been in prep for most of the year. Zoe had a big operation this year. So we've had so much going on in our lives, really. And obviously the photo shoot, preps, stuff like that. This is kind of the only break in time that we can kind of go away and switch off a bit. Like, I'll never switch off though. My phone will always be on to clients. I'll always tell them that. And then obviously when I come back, got a few lads competing. So it'll be exciting to see them come to stage. Any other plans this year? Not too sure yet. We're kind of just playing it by kind of eye, ear, whatever you want to call it. See how we feel after LA. But yeah, we're over there for 10 days. We are going to do a bit of training while we're there. I'm going to film as well quite a lot. That's something I definitely want to kind of start doing. Start taking you guys along the journey so much more. Because, just showing that I am not just Aaron the bodybuilder that probably does, yeah, okay, gets up at 5 o'clock every morning, does all his steps, does his cardio, eats all his meals, all that jazz. Like I do a bit more. So I'll be excited to like show you guys that and actually what goes on in my life. Would you ever do a show abroad? Now, this is something I've actually spoke to a lot of people about, and I actually would actually compete abroad. I think the shows are run a lot more better out there. I see them as kind of bigger shows. I think that if I did compete abroad, I think I'd love to compete in like America. Now, obviously, that is a big kind of payout in terms of like the flights, the accommodation, stuff like that. But if I really want to go at bodybuilding long term, then I'm going to have to, make those sacrifices in my life and do those things. It may be exciting one day to compete like in Spain or Alicante. I've heard those shows are pretty good. But yeah, I think if I do want to compete, America, potentially like Tampa, something like that, I think that'll be exciting shows to go for. And to watch some good shows as well. Like I'll compete there and then I'll potentially watch the pro show and like have a real good understanding of what level is needed as well long term. Do you want to compete again? If so, when? So yes, I do definitely want to compete again. I wasn't too sure before I stepped on that stage. I always said to everyone like, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy bodybuilding in terms of stepping on that stage until I actually do. And I came away from it feeling very, very good, very positive. I kind of wish I did more shows after that, but the time that I'd actually planned to compete was a bit of an awkward one. And there wasn't any other kind of shows that I thought were going to be good for me. There was another one 4 weeks after, but it wasn't really ideal. There was another show 3 weeks after, but that wasn't really ideal either. And with the feedback that I did get as well, I think it was just a very smart idea just to pull back, go back to growing tissue. So that comes on to the next thing, which is don't know specifically when I will compete again. Obviously, I have plans to just grow. It'll either be for a short off season, it'll either be for a long off season. I'm not too sure yet. Just want to see how the body responds. Like I need new tissue. I need to be bigger. I've actually got a lot of weight to gain. If I do want to take it further as well in terms of the next federation, in terms of like my cap and stuff. So I've got that to think about. So it's just going to be really just focusing on my off season, just really enjoying training, because that is something I actually took away from this prep as well this time, that I just enjoyed training. And coming out of it as well, I enjoyed training again. Like I trained that full week after my show. I think I trained literally the Monday after, and it was a cracking session. I loved it, and I didn't want to kind of not slow down that week. So yeah. One more final question: is it best to diet and then bulk, or slash reverse, or body recomp? So I'd say that body recomp and kind of diet, they kind of come in hand with like how your body responds. Obviously in the diet phase itself, you are gonna getting pretty lean. Like your body is gonna be super, super responsive after that phase. Now you can have two approaches. You know that if you kind of go into a diet phase and you get mega lean, and you then go into an off season, a bulk, whatever you want to call it, everything is going to be responding very, very well, and you're going to have a good growing phase from there. Now, if you're already kind of gone through an off season, or you've already kind of built some tissue and you're kind of holding just a bit of fat, if you just want to go in a quick kind of body recomp just to kind of keep your body super responsive to the off season, then I definitely would do that as well. You can't keep on pushing your body in off season. It's not made to do that. When you look at anything in life, if you keep on pounding it, going in and in and in and in and in, it's just going to become unresponsive. It's that simple. So you need to pull back to push forward, pull back to push forward. It's like anything with the gym process. You are constantly pulling back to push forward, pulling back to push forward. Preps, you are pulling back in a prep from your off-season push to bring yourself the best look. What's going to happen again? You're going to be super responsive, and then you're going to be pushing out again, and you're constantly creating a better look year on year. And that's how it does go. So I hope that does answer that question for that person. But yeah, that is a wrap up today of the YouTube coming back. Obviously, I am going to start filming my training sessions. I am going to start filming more of day in my lives. You know, I've got the DJI. It's a very useful tool, and I can just stick it in, and just chat to you guys, and off we go. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that Q&A. Any kind of more questions that anyone has, obviously drop them in the comments below. But other than that, guys, I will speak to you soon.